Blessed, excited.
Awesome, man. Packed house
Let's
here.
get
Packed
it.
house.
Let's go,
Love
let's
it.
go.
I love it. I love it. Good morning, everybody.
Let's go.
All right. Hey, listen, man, we got an unbelievable call this morning. I hope y'all are ready. We're going to get right into it, man, because we want to make sure that this gentleman, this legend, this GOAT in Primerica gets to get all the time he can for us this morning. But just so you guys know, man, we're real excited about having this leader on the call. There's some statistics for y'all so y'all know. I know we've had Coach Rob on the call before. But just so you guys know, for all of you guys that have not gotten a chance to hear from Coach Rob here, just so you guys know, man, this is a guy who has 16 regional vice presidents, okay, 10 first-generation regional vice presidents. This could be outdated because these are some statistics that we got from him last year. He probably has already grown from this. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, Coach Rob, once you get on here. But, man, from what I remember, last time, this was around this time last year, I had 16 regional vice presidents, 10 regional vice presidents, 10 first-generational regional vice presidents, 6 second generations, 1 senior leadership member making over $250,000, 2 $200,000 income earners, 5 $100,000 income earners, and they became senior national sales directors back in 2020, where 2020 was just an unbelievable year for them, you know, where most people were kind of getting laid off, getting fired. Coach Rob and Minnie, they grew their income 5 diamonds. They grew $500,000 in 2020. And man, it's just remarkable to see their growth because this is you know, he's going to share a story a little bit with you, but this was a former high school teacher and basketball coach. He was doing that for 7 years, and his yearly income was $26,500 a year. And you fast forward to 2022, and this is a $1 million income earner, $1 million income earner with Primerica, and the newest Wall of Fame member to Primerica. Y'all help me welcome the incredible, the unbelievable, the legend, Rob Davis, Senior National Sales Director. Let's go, Rob.
Let's go.
Let's go, Coach. Let's go.
Let's go.
Coach. Let's go, Coach.
Let's go.
I'm loving this. Hey, I am loving this. This is great. This is great. This is great. I can't tell y'all how excited I am to be on this call. This is going to be a different call, you all. I hope that you all are really in tune. So please, y'all, if you need to say a quick prayer to get focused, do that, because this is a special moment, and we want to make sure that we take advantage of this moment. You know, anytime you want to do something special, the devil is right there to steal it. One of the questions that was asked of me was, you know, what's one of the perks of being a $1 million hierarchy, building a hierarchy, and at the convention. And you know, most people would tell you about, you know, some of the dreams and goals you're able to hit for you and your family and things of that nature. But I'm gonna tell y'all now, the biggest thing that I can contribute, that I'm thankful for, in terms of building a hierarchy, becoming a $1 million earner, was knowing that I had so many people reach their dreams and goals. You know, I had so many people make more money, do things based on their heart instead of just their pocket. So when you are successful, be thankful and blessed that you can help other people. And y'all do know Satan does not want that. That's the opposite. He wants to kill and destroy and steal. So I want y'all to really get focused, okay? I also want to make sure that y'all are in tune, okay? I asked Jason and Ed to put together a call with the leadership in the hierarchy. Now, if you don't consider yourself a leader, you can dismount if you want to, or you can daydream, but this call is for people who want to win now. If you are one of the people that want to win now, please unmute and say, yes, Rob, that's me. I need
Yes,
to
Rob,
know.
that's me.
Rob,
Let's
let's go.
That's me.
Coach, let's go.
Let's go.
Rob, that's me.
That's me.
That's me.
Yes, that's me.
All right.
That's me.
Okay. Okay. So, number one, leaders prepare. I'm seeing a lot of videos that's not on. See, if you're in my leadership group, you can't be on a call and not have your camera on unless it's an exception, unless there's something going on that's an exception. And I don't think we have 100 people that got an exception. So you need to unmute your video so we know you're focused, you're here if you can. Now, if you're
Yeah, I
in
have
the
my
room,
2-year-old son with me.
if
he's
you're
kinda
in the
active.
room, I think that's Brandy. Thank you, Brandy.
Yeah.
If you're in the room, unmute your video. Unmute your video so I can see y'all. Okay? Unmute
I'm
your
slowly
video.
moving. Does that count?
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Hello,
I
hello.
can't see y'all. I
Yeah,
want to be able
I'm
to see
actually on
y'all.
my way going to work. They told me I could keep my
I think
phone on
that's
mute.
Jennifer
Yeah.
that needs to mute. Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
in for a
Make
funeral
sure I can see.
service.
I still can't see. All of y'all, why y'all got your videos muted? Why does everybody have their videos muted? I mean, it's like most
Because
of the
I'm moving. I'm packing everything.
I don't know, when you talking, it's like we just want your food.
All right, so now if you're in a room with a white seat in it, you know that room with the white seat, you can keep it on. You can mute it. Okay. All right, so let's go, leaders. Let's get to business. There is a goal that you all have, and that goal is to become $1 million hierarchy. And to become $1 million hierarchy, there's certain things that you all have to do. Right now, y'all are performing at a rate that is not bad. Y'all are performing where y'all are almost there, okay? But here's some numbers that I want y'all to commit to, all right? I need everybody that considers themselves a leader to be able to write at least 2 policies a week. 2 policies a week. 2. Now, some of y'all are going to do more, some of y'all are going to do less. But can y'all put in the chat? We need at least 50 people. If we can get 50, we got 158 people on this call. But we need 50 people that can commit to 2 policies a week. That's it. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take 2. If we get 50 people, Jason, to do 2 policies a week, would you tell me how many policies is that a week?
100.
That's 100, Coach.
That's 100, right? So, Jason, if we have 100 policies a week, how many weeks are there in a month?
4.
So how many policies is that per month?
400.
That's 400 clients. That's a light snack for people who are committed. It is a big deal. It is a lot for people who are just interested. So if y'all are interested, y'all may say that's too much to do. But if y'all are committed, that is not a lot. We got 165 people on this call. I can't see how we can't get 50 people to commit to 2 policies a week. Here's the numbers, you all. Y'all can write this down if you want. For every 2 to 3 appointments you do, you're going to close 1 policy. For every 2 to 3 appointments you do, you're going to close 1 policy. Now, let me show you how to close a policy. I'm going to give you all a line to say. You may want to consider using this line, and I guarantee you, you're going to get 90% more closes with this one line. Y'all ready? Oh, y'all ain't excited. See, I thought y'all were excited. See, let me go do somebody else call.
Ready, coach? We ready, coach?
I thought y'all
Come on,
wanted-
coach. Let's go.
I can't even hear y'all.
Let's go, coach. Let's go,
Let's
coach.
go.
Let's go, man.
Let's
Coach.
go.
All right, now, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get to it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here's the line that you want to use to make sure that you can double or quadruple your close ratio. After you show somebody your presentation on life insurance, after you show them the life insurance, and they see the value in what you do, right? And they agree that what you do makes sense. This is going to be a run-on sentence, so y'all write this down. It's going to be a long sentence, but you got to say this. So you're going to say this. Let me pick somebody. Who do I see that's studious? Who do I see that's on here that's on top of their game? Let me get my glasses. Let me see. See, this is why y'all gotta. Is that Jose? Cadiz? Jose? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Cast on. What happened to your arm? That's from writing all them policies. You broke your arm.
No. I played baseball at UT, so I had an incident where I ran to the fence. I played center field.
That means you were getting it in then, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So I just did my presentation with Jose, and he likes the concept, right? As far as the insurance, this is what you say. So Jose, if I could show you how to get a policy and you like it, and it makes sense in every way, and you could afford the policy, I show you the price and you pick the price you could pay. Is there any reason you wouldn't get that policy to make sure your family is protected?
Absolutely not.
I'm closing the sale. Let me say it again. If I could show you how to get, somebody can put this in the chat. If I could show you how to get a policy and you like it and it makes sense in every way and you could afford it, I show you the price and you pick the price you want to pay. Is there any reason you would not get that policy for you and your family? Is there any reason you wouldn't get that policy to make your family's lifestyle don't go down? Is there any reason you would get that policy to make sure that you protect your income? Any one of those last words you want to say, you can say. And I guarantee you, y'all will get way more closes. The problem that some of you all have in closing is y'all aren't getting commitments. So I need y'all to make sure that you practice that line. So if I can show you how to get a policy and it makes sense and you could afford it, you see the price, you can pick the price that you want to pay. Is there any reason you would not get that policy for you and your family? Do y'all see how that works? After you do your presentation, I'm telling you, but make sure after you show them the life insurance, y'all got to go and write the policy. Y'all got to do a better job in getting more closes. More closes. If you have any objections that people are giving you in terms of closing, because y'all doing a decent job with the recruiting. I mean, I need y'all to be more productive. We got to get this premium up. You can put it in the chat. I'll handle any objection. I don't care what the objection is. I don't care what they tell you. Whatever they tell you, you tell me what they tell you. I guarantee you can still get the close. Now, who want to know what separates winners from losers? Who want to know what really is going to help you all go to that next level? How many of y'all feel like you've been in the business long enough to have gotten another promotion or have gotten another diamond? How many of y'all really feel like I've been in this position a little bit too long. I've been a regional leader too long. I've been an RVP too long. I need to be an SVP. I've been at 100,000. I need to get to 200. I've been a district. I need to be a division. I need to be a regional leader. How many of y'all really want to move and go to the next level? So let me show you what you have to do, okay? There's something, I think is Eric saying me or Eric got a question? I see his hand up. I don't know if you're agreeing. Is he agreeing, Eric Hollis, or do you have a question? I think y'all got it on where everybody's muted.
He's agreeing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think he's agreeing.
Okay. There's something, Monica, that separates winners from losers. Tino, I've learned by being in this business since 94 as a vice president, and I've been making 100,000 since 96. I've never made less than $100,000 since 96. Thank God for the blessings. Y'all follow me? Never. I've been making 200,000 since 2003. I've never made less than 200,000. Now we do have 2 more RVPs. We promoted 2, Jason, this year. So now we have 18 vice presidents. We got 10 first and 8 seconds. So I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard, Delisa. I'm telling you what I know. The 2 things that separate winners from losers. And what I mean by that, people who are successful from people who are not successful. People who hit their goals versus people who don't. The first thing is something called self-discipline. Self-discipline. Karen Williams, can you give me your definition of what you feel the word self-discipline means to you? If I had to say, somebody said self-discipline, I never heard of self-discipline before. What would that actually mean to you?
That would mean me being able to be disciplined to do the things I need to do, whether I want to or not.
Did y'all hear that? How many of y'all would agree that's a pretty decent definition? Ray, Trouba, what would you say self-discipline is? If somebody had to come to you and said, you know what, somebody said something about I need self-discipline. What does that mean, Ray?
I think that means to remain focused and eliminate all distractions.
Remain focused and eliminating distractions. How many of y'all would agree? Right? So now, here's my question to you all. How many of you all can admit that sometimes we fall short when it comes to self-discipline? Think about this. You know what bothers me about people who say they want to win and I'm looking at them? What bothers me is some of you all, if not all of you, know what to do, but you don't do it. See, you get no sympathy from me for that. There's no sympathy you get from me when you know you should have called somebody, you know you should get 10 more names, you know you should set more appointments, you know you should study more, you know you should call your upline more, you know you should have meetings with your down, you know all of the things you should do, but you allow your flesh to be weak and you don't do it. And then you tell people all of these things you want to do. I want to go to the next level. I want to go to the next level. And you want people to judge you on what you intend to do because you want people to make you feel good when you tell them, I'm going to do 5x5 this month, coach. I'm a double digit this month, coach. I'm going to do 10,000. I'm going to get promoted. I'm going to get my securities license. And you don't have the self-discipline to do what you want to do for you and your family. That bothers me. See, if you're not ready to win right now, I wouldn't have this talk. See, if we had new people on here, that I wouldn't have this talk. And I hope y'all don't have no new people on here because they're going to quit after. Because if they ain't really ready to win, I'm telling you, this is for leaders. See, there's no excuses for leaders. The second component of success, the second thing that separates winners from losers is something called consistency. Consistency. Nick Watson, what would you say the definition of consistency is to you? If I had to tell somebody what consistency means, what would you say that means?
I would personally say repeating your numbers. Like if you have, pretty much that. Repeating
numbers or repeating something?
Correct. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Y'all got that? Let's see who else is on it. Is it Mitch? What would you say, Mitch, consistency is? consistency?
Yes, the first answer was correct. Consistency is repetition. That's how we learn.
Repetition. So think about this for a second, you all. If you do something every week, that's consistent. If you do something every day or every other day, that's consistent. If you do something once a month, that's consistent. You got to decide what you need to do in your business consistently. Some things you need to do in your business once a week. Some things you need to do in your business every day. Some things you need to do in your business twice a week, but you got to be consistent. Now, the key is, can I be consistent in self-discipline? Or am I the type of person that will have the self-discipline when it's emotional, when I'm going for something? See, how many of you all can agree that when you go for something, right, you work harder, and then when you hit it, what happens? Come on now. Come on, y'all already know. And see, that's why people lose. That's why some people make it to the playoffs and don't make it to the championship, because that was their goal. That was, I want to be a district so bad. And you are mistaking the beginning for the end. See, until you can be consistent on being self-disciplined to do the things you know you need to do in spite of whether you like them or not, listen, you ain't winning. And I'm not going to apologize for that. You're just not ready. And I've been there. I remember not being ready. Jose, I called you earlier. Jose, do you know how many recruits I got my first year in the business?
I do not, sir.
Okay, I'm $1 million earner. I'm an SNSD, right? I got 18 RVPs. I got 600 agents. How many would you think in my first year? If you had to guess, about damn, how many recruits you think me and my whole team got my first year?
Like
200.
200. Jose, ask me how many I got.
How many did you get?
You know, Jose, that's a good question. I'm glad you thought of it. 1. Y'all see his face? You see him? You see it? He ain't believe. Jose, I got 1 recruit my first year. Now, Jose, can you get any worse than that? Pretty much, that's pretty bad. Would you agree?
I agree.
That's pretty bad. Now, the next year, Jose, I got another one. Melinda and Brian just laughing at me. You see that? See, if I was on Melinda and Brian team, they would say, Rob, you've been here 2 years and you only got 2 recruits. Yep, 2 recruits. Now, Melinda, guess how many I got my third year? Go ahead, you can unmute. How many I got my third year? Say, Rob, well, God, Lord, the third year you had to do, come on.
I think you got 5.
No, I got 3. So Melinda, you got the total right. I got 5 recruits my first 3 years. I mean, look at me, y'all. Listen to this. 5 people my first 3 years in the business. Now, why did that happen? I'm going to tell you why. Melinda, I did not believe that I could make 100,000 and become a vice president and all that. They were telling me this in the op meeting when I first joined the business. But Melinda, Brian, I'm originally from the Bronx, New York. I was taught the key to success was going to school, getting a good education, getting a good job. So I went to South Carolina State, got a bachelor's degree. I went to Raffin and got a master's degree. So I got a bachelor's and a master's, right? 6 years of education. Do y'all know how much studying I had to do to get them degrees? Right. So why did I get the degrees, Delisa? Because they told me that if I go to school, get a good education and get a good job, I'll be making money and all of this. So when I got out, I was a teacher and I started making $20,000 my first year. My second year, I made $21,000. So how many of y'all would agree? Listen to this now, seriously. How many of y'all would agree, Karen, that if I'm sitting in a meeting And they're saying that you can make $100,000 a year in 2 years. And I already got 6 years of education. I'm already teaching for 2 years. I'm making 21,000, and they're saying you can go to a weekend class, get a license, 2 years later, be an RVP making 100,000. How many of y'all would agree, Karen, that would be very difficult for me to believe? Am I right or wrong? Ray, am I right or wrong? That would be very difficult for me to believe. So that's why, now y'all listen to this. That's why I didn't put forth the work. That's why I didn't do a lot. I missed meetings. I had a chance to see, I don't know if you noticed, but I had a chance to see Art Williams before he left the company. He was in Georgia. I'm living in South Carolina. I had a chance to see Art Williams, Mitch, and they was telling me about Art. This was like my second year in the business. Hey, the founder of the company, he's doing this meeting. Man, he used to be a football coach and all of this. Now I'm young. I'm like 27, 28, 29 at the time, you know, not believing what they telling me about the business and all that kind of stuff. And they saying going to a big meeting. Y'all know, right? With like the convention and all that stuff, right? You know what I told my upline? Can I tell you what I told him?
What'd you tell him?
Man, because now remember, my belief level is low, so I don't believe you can make all of this money. Now, I see some people making the money, but they've been in the business before me. So in my mind, they supposed to be making this money. Ivan Earl and all them people. You see what I'm saying, John? They supposed to be, because they got in when it was good. But so they say, you going to this meeting? I said, what? Go to where? You want me to go to, I'm not going to no Atlanta. I'm not, man, I'm going to St. Andrews Park because somebody getting dunked on today. And I went straight to the gym, and yes, a couple of people did get dunked on. But it slowed up my career. Why did it slow up my career? Because you will never outperform your belief level. Let me say that again. You will never outperform your belief level. Think about this for a second, Joe. If you don't believe that you can do something, be honest with me. Are you going to put forth the effort to do it? Let's be honest. No. Why would I waste time attempting to do something that I don't think is going to happen? Would y'all agree that's insanity? And that's why, y'all listen, that's why some of y'all don't double-digit recruit. That's why y'all aren't getting promoted. Because some of you really truly don't believe that you can do certain things. So it's not that you can't do it, it's because you don't believe it. And because you don't believe it, you don't put forth the effort. So what happened to me? Listen to this. How did I go from one recruit, 3 recruits, my first 3 years, and then 2 years later, I became a vice president? Y'all ain't excited. See, y'all ain't excited. See,
let's go, coach. Feed us, coach.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Listen to me. Listen, Brittany.
Go, feed me.
Did you hear the numbers that are coming out of my mouth? 2 years later, I become a vice president. Now, I know, Joe, you probably saying, okay, well, wait a minute. You had 5 recruits your first 3 years. You were awful. If I was in some of your base shops with them numbers after 3 years, some of y'all would be like, look, Rob, this ain't for you. You need to go do Mary Kay. You need to get a job. This, y'all be like, this ain't for you, right? So now listen, let me tell you what happened so that I can hopefully help some of you all. Then we can ask some questions. There were 5 guys in Ivan Earl's small office. They all the same year made $100,000. One of them joined the business after me. So we in meetings periodically, and I'm seeing them, right? And then eventually They start getting checks for $8,000, $10,000. My check be $80, $112. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that. They get in the cars, private school, the trips, the vacations, the houses. So I'm looking at this, y'all. I'm seeing this. I'm saying, wait a minute. These jokers are telling the truth. You can make 100,000. So this is what I did, Jason. I went to my upline. It was Lee Williams. And I said, now this is after 3 years getting 5 people. This is after not coming to meetings periodically. This is after just doing a sale here and there. This is after all of this. And I go to him and I say, okay, now tell me about this thing you were telling me, y'all were always talking about where you can make 100 grand, become this RVP thing and stuff like that. He almost fell out the chair. Because in his mind, can y'all imagine me coming to Ed and telling him I want to be an RVP after 3 years being in the business and only recruiting 5 people? I mean, Tino, can you just imagine what now? Because he's a nice person, you know, he ain't gonna tell me what he thinking, but he gotta say this Negro crazy. How he go? He ain't do nothing. He coming around here and there. He missed big meetings and all of this. But this is what happened. Y'all write this down. I stayed in an environment conducive to winning. See, I came around periodically to see those guys' lives change. See, Maria, if I wouldn't have saw their lives change, my belief would have never what? Never changed. Does that make sense? Tino, does that, you see what I'm saying? So because I saw it, I said, man, if they can do it, I can do it. Why do you think I went to college? Do you think I went to college to be unsuccessful, or did I go to college to be successful? Right, but that was the wrong what? Environment. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? And see, that's why some of you all aren't winning. Y'all are in the wrong environment. Y'all got these jobs and you got more time on a job. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with a job until it interferes with your ability to build a business. See, that's why it's important to be in the meetings, be on the trainings. That's why it bothers me when leaders don't have their videos on and I know you're listening to the meeting. See, you got your video on and I don't know what you're doing. You might not even be here. So I'm hoping after today, y'all know protocol is you need to have your video. Now, I know some of y'all are sneaking because you at work. I know some of y'all are doing certain things like that. And that's the exception. But the rule should be everybody should be focused. True or false?
True.
This hierarchy should set a new standard and say leaders lead. See, okay, watch this. How effective would my talk be if I did it like this? Hey, teammates, man, I'm so excited, man. Y'all are just so awesome. Man, this is great. Man, I'm going to help y'all grow. I'm going to help y'all win. Man, y'all going to be special. And y'all, now come on. How effective would that be if y'all can't see me? Tina, I mean, come on, let's be honest, Monica. Right? So what do you think Ed and the RVPs think when they got the screen on and they see your picture? Thank you for unmuting, Maria. Thank you. I appreciate that. She in the car and she unmuted. I love that. I love that. So now, listen to me, y'all. When my belief level grew, 2 years later, I became a vice president. 2 years after that, I made 100 grand. That was in 96. I know some of y'all say that's impossible because Rob, you only look like you 30 right now. So that means you had to be like 1 year old. You were younger than Sam Shepard when he joined. So listen, oh Lord, they got the vacuum. Can y'all hear me? Hey,
we can still hear you, coach. That ain't gonna stop you. It ain't gonna stop you. Let's go.
We still hear you.
Can't stop the grind.
Listen, you know, we just moved to Charlotte. This is the view that we have in Charlotte now because we just moved here in January.
Come on, Coach, talk to us,
Come
Coach.
on,
Be
sell
like
us
you.
the dream, Coach.
Yeah.
Oh, talk to us, Coach.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Yeah.
For me,
All right.
Living that life.
Loving
Okay.
it. Loving it. Loving it.
We see you. We get it, coach.
Go. Nice
Keep
job.
preaching.
Listen,
Keep
Keep
preaching.
preaching. Keep talking.
Preach.
now,
Preach.
now this was before I was so broke. If somebody robbed me, they just be practicing. Hey, Jason, this was before I was so broke. Listen to me, Tino. When I was teaching, I was so broke. I used to eat cereal with a fork to save the milk.
I do that to this day.
So listen to me, y'all. This was before I was so broke. I got my girlfriend an assistant coach bag.
Oh no, he did.
We ain't gonna say nothing about that one.
Hey, something better than that.
I got an assistant coach bag. Yeah, I couldn't afford a coach bag, so it was assistant coach. So, what are we learning? What are we learning? Based on our belief, we won't put forth the work required in hitting our goal. Please write that down. Based on our belief, we will not put forth the effort in hitting our goal. Now, how do we grow our belief? We must be in an environment conducive to winning. That's why you got to be on the Zooms. That's why you got to be at the office if y'all have one-on-one meetings or personal meetings. That's why you got to be at the schools. Now, I'm going to end with this before we have questions. You won't put forth the work in something that you don't believe. We got that. But the question is, what do you believe? What am I going for? What is my focus, my purpose, my compelling reason? Why am I doing what I'm doing? See, even before I believe something, do I truly want it? See, you got to ask yourself, do you really want what you say? Or are you saying something you want because you want people to judge you on what you intend to do? I'm going to do 10 by 10 this month, coach, at the beginning of the month. And everybody patting you on the back. Yeah, that's right. Come on, let's go. And that makes you feel good. You ain't do nothing. Why would I pat you on something you say you're going to do? I'm going to feed the homeless, coach. I'm going to retire my spouse. I'm going to become debt free. See, you say certain things because you want somebody to judge you on what you intend to do. 3 components of success. 3 components. Number 1, a vision, your goal, your purpose, your compelling reason. That's the first component. What you want, whatever it is you want, is the first component of success. Because if you want something, if you hit it, that helps you to become successful. True or false? So that means, Ed, you gotta have something that you're going for in order to maybe become successful or not, right or wrong.
Facts.
That's a fact. So you need to ask yourself, do I truly want RVP? Do I really want it? Why do I want it? Do I really want to make 100, 200? Do I really want to quit my job? Listen to me, y'all. Do I truly want to quit my job? Do I really want to make decisions based on my heart instead of always my pocket? Do I really want to get this license? Do I really want to become a district? Do I really want to build a team? Do I really want to do a $30,000 base shop? Do I really want to do these 2 apps a week? Or am I just around because it makes me feel good when I tell somebody I'm going to do something, even though I don't do it, because at the end of the month, everybody forgets and we go back to normal? And there's no consequence for you not hitting your goal. And you become average and ordinary. Shame on you. I believe to whom much is given, much is required. And I'm going to ask y'all to reevaluate the 3 components of success. The first one is what it is you want. Do you really want it? On a scale of 1 to 10, would you give yourself a 10 on wanting these things? I want to be out of debt. I want to quit my job. I want to retire my spouse. I want my kids to go to private school. I want to start another business. I want to have 100,000 saved. I want to get my first million. I want to become an RVP. I want to become an SVP. Whatever it is you want, you need to ask yourself, do I really want it? Or does it make for a nice conversation to tell somebody I want it? The first component of success is compelling reason, what it is you want, purpose, vision, however you want to word it. The thing that you want to do is the first component of success, because if you hit it, you become successful. True or false?
True.
Okay, now listen to me. Just because you want something doesn't make you successful. How many more components are there? There are 2 more components. How many components did I say does it take to become successful? There are 3.
Right.
What is the first component? Put it in the chat to make sure
Vision.
something you want, your goal, your vision, your purpose in life. Does that make sense? The second component is belief. Do I believe I can achieve this thing that I say I want? Do I have faith and believe and know without a shadow of a doubt, yes, I can do this thing? Do you truly believe it? And some of you all are allowing your past to dictate your future. And because you haven't hit a certain goal in your mind, you really don't believe you can do it. Well, coach, I never got a license before. I never became a regional leader before. So I really don't know if I can do it. And see, that's the devil playing a trick on you because you're allowing doubt to set in. Don't allow fear to stop your favor. See, your belief is powerful. If you don't believe it, you can want it all day long. Listen to me. Listen, please listen. If you want something on a scale of a 10, but your belief is lower than a 10, do you think you're going to get that thing?
No.
Absolutely not. So your belief, Joan, has to meet the same intensity as what it is you want. And I don't think that you all have really put this together. I mean, y'all been performing okay. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all been doing a decent job, but y'all know y'all can do more. Come on. Am I right or wrong? If I'm wrong, just tell me.
You're right, coach. You're right.
You're right, coach.
Ed, listen to me, Ed. The third component of success, the third component is doing the work required to hit the goal, to hit the vision, to hit the purpose, to hit the compelling reason. Whatever you want to put there, doing the work required. And unfortunately, most of us on this earth got 2 issues when it comes to the work: self-discipline and consistency. So it all comes back, Tino, to self-discipline and consistency. When I evaluate what it is I want, when I evaluate my belief, when I evaluate my work, all of you on this call got to ask yourself some serious questions. You have to ask yourself, number 1, where am I falling short? You got to ask yourself, and y'all can write this one down if you want to, how long have I wanted whatever it is you want? Seriously, Brandon, ask yourself, how long did I want to quit my job? How long did I want to get out of debt? How long did I want my wife to not work, my spouse to work? How long did I want to give my mother $2,000 a month, $1,000 a month, retire my mother? How long have you wanted whatever it is you want? And then go back and ask, is it that I really want this? Is it my belief? Or could it be the work? Do I give excuses on why I'm not where I am? Do I have these excuses? I'm gonna end with this. Excuses are made to satisfy those who make them. See, in the big leagues, there are no excuses. Now I know some of you all gonna say, but Rob, I was abused. But Rob, you know, I was homeless. But Rob, you know, my parent died. But Rob, you know, I got this job. Well, Rob, you know, and these are some serious things. I'm not saying they're not serious. Y'all got me? I'm not saying that. But here's the question I want to ask you. Ray, I want to ask you. Ray, can you hear me? I think his thing is off. I can't see it. Anthony, I see Anthony. Anthony, can you hear me, Anthony? Can you unmute, Anthony? You can't.
Yes, coach. They can't unmute, coach.
Oh no,
What's
then
up,
don't. Okay, then don't. Well, let's say, is that Megan?
I got Anthony on for you, coach. Anthony's good.
Where's Anthony?
I'm here.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the effort at the convention.
Okay. Oh, appreciate you too. So Anthony, let me ask you this. Okay. Let's say, Anthony, you're on trial, right? And you have to do 20 years if you lose. You got me? If you found guilty, you got to do 20 years of prison. And your attorney is doing his thing and he's giving his closing argument. You know, he did, y'all went in for weeks. This was a major trial. And the verdict, Anthony, comes back guilty. You hear me?
Yes.
And you got to do 20 years. And your attorney comes to you, Anthony, and says this: hey, Anthony, I need to apologize because I wasn't on top of my game. I really could have got you a not guilty verdict. But what happened to me in my life was, now you finish the sentence and you tell me what he could say to you for you to say, really, that happened? I understand. I'll do this 20 years. Don't even worry about it. Is it anything he can tell you?
Hell no.
Can somebody unmute and tell me, is there anything he could tell you to say, I understand your mother died, you were going through a divorce.
Absolutely not.
Bankruptcy.
Not for 1 year.
No.
Not 1 minute.
Not even a second.
Sir.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
And why is that true? Let me explain this. Because there are no excuses once you step in leadership. See, when you become a leader, when you decide that you want to be a leader, there are no more excuses. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
So I'm not asking y'all to do a lot. I'm asking you to do more. We need 50 people that can commit to 2 apps every week. That's 6 appointments you have to do. 2 to 3 appointments, you're going to get 1 close. Another 2 to 3 appointments, you're going to get another close. So we need, Isaiah, 50 people in the hierarchy that's willing to commit to saying, I'm going to do and I'm going to have the consistency and self-discipline to make the calls, do what I need to do by Sunday night to have 6 appointments set and done for the week? Can we at least get 50 out of 185 people to commit to that? If you're one of those people, I need you to right now text your RVP and you text them and say, you can count on me. I am committing to doing 2 policies every week. Now, you might not do it every week, and that's okay. Write this down. It's okay to lose the game, just don't lose the lesson.
Say that one more time.
It's okay to lose the game, just don't lose the lesson. See, when you don't lose the lesson, the next week, you get better and better and better. Come on now, somebody about to get blessed right now. You ain't gonna always do what you need to do. We're not, but are we gonna continue to be consistent in not doing the things we need to do? Come on, we're not gonna do that, are we? This hierarchy, there's so many things that's laying on this hierarchy. The home office, Glenn Williams, Julie Seaman, Bobby Peterman, they all know Ed and Yvonne. They are waiting for y'all to take that step up. If it was up to them, they would do it. They can't do it by themselves. There's certain things that they're doing that need you to do. And the key is y'all will go to that next level. Do y'all know in 2020, I was at 500,000. I didn't have anybody on the AALC council. Jason, did you know that I didn't have nobody making 200,000?
Did not know that, Coach.
No, I only had 8 first-generation RVPs in January 2020. I only had 6 people making 100,000. Now watch this, you all. Please listen. At the end of 2020, the same year, end of 2020, we jumped 5 diamonds, like was said when Jason gave my bio. We went from 500,000 to $1 million in 1 year. We got 3 $200,000 earners and 1 $250,000, and we got $300,000 earners and we got 3 RVPs. Somebody about to get blessed right now. Now listen. Y'all know how people say you got to grow your codes. You know, you got to have this many codes to make $1 million. You got to have this many codes to make. Y'all know that, right? Y'all heard that, right? Can I not give you stage talk?
Please.
Can I not give you stage talk?
Come on, Coach. Locker room.
This is locker room. That is not necessarily true. Say, Rob, why would you say that? Go ahead, somebody unmute. Go ahead and say it.
Why would you say
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
Now, y'all listen. Please listen. When I started the year in 2020, and y'all please write this down, I was at 500,000. Y'all got me? Okay. When I started the year, we had 580 codes. Write that down. When we ended the year, we ended at $1 million. Write that down. When we ended the year, we had 610 codes. Now, Zach, you can't tell me those 30 codes did 500 was the difference in those numbers.
That's crazy.
Do y'all follow me? You can't tell me, Tino, that oh wow, you must have recruited some. Y'all know better than that. As a matter of fact, half of them people ain't even here. please, recruiting doesn't grow your business. Codes don't grow your business. What grows your business is leadership. Recruiting and codes is a byproduct of leadership. See, my leaders grew. Y'all follow me? And because my leaders grew, the production grew, the business grew. Now, you know, codes was a different animal in 2020 because of COVID and stuff like that. Y'all do know that, right? So if y'all are saying that you really want to go to the next level, what's the main thing you gotta grow?
Leadership.
Leadership.
Which means you all have to be comfortable with getting out of your comfort zone when it comes to self-discipline and consistency. I thank y'all so much. I'm gonna turn it back over to your fierce leaders. If somebody got a question, you can ask. Don't forget, y'all, to get the book that's needed to grow your business, because this is the one book that'll help you all, that helped me go to $1 million. This was the one that helped my hierarchy explode. This was the one, I know there's a lot out there, but this is the one I'm telling you. You can say Rob Davis told you. This is the book that helped us to do all of the great things that we did. Book some appointments. Book some appointments.
Let's
go. Thank you, coach. Great job, coach.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
That was amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, this was fire, coach. Thank you for this.
Thank you. I'm gonna turn it back over to Ed and Jason.
Thank you,
and,
coach.
We'll close out.
Unbelievable. We had man, I'm telling you, like, I took a bunch of pages of notes, man, and that was absolutely incredible, man. You know, leadership is influence, and that's definitely, we could see that in your organization, Coach. And we are so grateful to have you as a mentor and guide us through this process, man. You know, it's just absolutely such a blessing to hear from, you know, such great leaders like yourself. And I know we're going to do some amazing things. Let me ask if there's anybody that has any kind of questions, concerns that they want to pass over to. If you have a question, just put it in the chat real quick. We're going to go with regionals and above for questions, just so we can keep this thing kind of simple here. Anybody got any questions? I'm looking at the chat. If you do, say I do.
And let me just say this, you all. For those of you who feel like you can't do 2 policies a week, because we got 160 people on the call, if you could commit to 1 policy a week, text that to your upline RVP. Say, I'm gonna commit. You know, I can't do 2, but I can commit 1. And then for those of you who can't commit to 1, say, I can commit to 1 every other week. But we need people to commit to something. If you can't do that, commit to 1 a month. Y'all got enough people on here to get to 1.5 million. Who's got the first question?
Everybody got a question?
Okay. Oh, can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. I really appreciate and admire the speaker today. Thank you so much. There are such a great lesson that I learned. And I love the way you tell us. When you said, when you lose the game, it's okay. If you don't get this, it's okay. What the most important thing is, you don't lose the lesson. I love that one, because like me, I am raised up as a Christian, as religion, with my parents who are very religious, and they raised me up looking at Jesus with my faith, and everything is Jesus, everything is God, and I don't believe myself because it's God who is doing for me, and I feel like I am being pushed, even with my daughter is already there, and I feel that way, you know. But I'm trying to, you know, not to offend. I'm trying to do the way that I am that I know, but I love the way you tell me, by telling me that way that it's okay, it's okay.
Yes.
I have the freedom
Yes.
to do what I believe. There's a lot of way because opportunity is huge, and there's a different way on
Thank
how
you.
to get there.
Thank
I
you.
love that one. I love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, Coach, one question for you while while people are kind of getting their thoughts together. When you were making that run from 500 to 1 million, right? I know, was this the same game plan that you had with your teammates? Everybody, 50 people focused on 2 policies on a weekly basis?
Yes.
Or what,
yes.
In addition to that, what did you, if you were in a position where we're at right now, we're at, the hierarchy's at about 840 of income right now. We have about 160 left to get to this mark. What would you say if you were in this position, knowing what you know, what would you focus on and have and what would you relay to the leadership and have them focus on to help get over this hump to get to this $1 million milestone?
Great question. Let me just say this. Ed's base got to get up to 50,000. Okay.
Got it.
So y'all write that down. If you hit in his base, y'all are averaging 33,000 right now. So I need y'all to average 50,000. Okay. The first generation, y'all got a lot of leverage. Y'all got 13 first generation, but y'all are only doing 120,000 at first. Mm-hmm. Remember, y'all, at first means without the base. Through first means with the base. For those of you who are on that needs to learn that. Yep. So right now, if you wanted a first generation, a direct RVP to Ed, y'all are doing 120. That's way too low. Okay, I want y'all to have a goal to get to 200,000 at first. 200,000 at first. Okay, that's 13 RVPs. If everybody focuses on 20, even if some of you fall short, you can still do 200,000. And then the second generation, y'all are doing only 30,000. I mean, y'all are doing 13,000 average per month. If you're in the second generation, y'all, come on now. I need everybody to write this question down and ask yourself, which one are you? Does the team have to be better because you're on the team? Or is the team better because you're on the team? See, everybody got to ask themselves that question. Is the team better because I'm on the team? Or does the team have to be better because I'm on the team? See, the second generations, y'all got to do 30,000 together. All right. So every week when y'all have a meeting with just the RVPs, Ed, y'all got to track these numbers to see how close you are. Divide it by 4, see how close. Get a commitment from the people. The other thing that we did was this. We did what I call the 6 success steps. Everybody in my hierarchy committed to doing one of these things. Okay. So Mary, everybody. So y'all write this down and y'all got to commit to doing one of the 6 success steps every day. Have the self-discipline and consistency. So what do you have to do every day? Number 1, write one policy. Now, if you can't write one policy that day, then get one recruit. Now, if you can't write a policy, and if you can't get a recruit, do at least one Zoom appointment or one personal appointment. Do at least one appointment that day. Now, if you can't get one policy, if you can't get one recruit, if you can't do one Zoom, then at least set 1 or 2 appointments for the next day or 2 or in the future. Set 1 or 2 appointments. Now, if you can't get a policy that day, if you can't get a recruit that day, if you can't do a Zoom appointment that day or a personal appointment, if you can't set 1 or 2 appointments, then at least get somebody to get a pass notice on your team that day. And finally, if you can't get one appointment, if you can't get a recruit, if you can't do a Zoom, if you can't set 1 or 2 appointments, if you can't get a pass notice, you have to at least get 3 new names that day. Now, y'all can't tell me that you can't do one of those things every day, at least one. And that's what exploded our hierarchy. We got the leaders, Ed, to focus on doing that. And we had enough people going after it. Some did it, some didn't, some did it, but follow me. But that was our strategy. And then, Ed, this is what we did. The people and Jason, everybody that committed, now y'all listen, this is important. Everybody that committed to doing 2 policies a week, whether you did them or not, we had a call with just that group. That was our inner circle. That was the group that was going to lead the hierarchy to getting to be a $1 million hierarchy once a week. And this is all I did pretty much. Everybody gave, where you at? What did you do this week? What did you do this week? And if somebody didn't do something, then periodically I would ask them, well, what happened? This is what you said you committed. What's going on? How you going to make up? You know, what grade would you give yourself last week? Would you give yourself an A, B, C, D, or whatever? You follow me? And this call went for about 30, 40, 45 minutes, only with the people that committed. Did everybody do what they needed every week? Of course not. But did some people do more than what was needed? Of course. But this was the group that led us. And this is how two or three of those people became RVPs. Then, of course, you know, we had the $100,000 earners, 200 and the 250. Jason, back over to you.
Awesome, Coach. I got that. Right with policy, get a recruit, do a Zoom appointment, set 1 to 2 appointments for tomorrow, pass notice, and 3 new names. So awesome. Hey, look, we about to turn this thing up, Coach. You know, our first generation is going to turn this thing up. Our seconds, we just promoted a couple of second generations. They're absolute monsters, and they're going to turn it up, and we're going to get our base up to 50, man. So that's a done deal. We getting this Millie taken care of. And man, thanks to you, Coach. I really, really appreciate you. It's so amazing to have your leadership, and most importantly, to call you a friend and family member, man. We love you so much, and you and Minnie, and congratulations on your new place out there in Charlotte. I know you guys are going to tear up the leaderboards out in North Carolina, man. So appreciate you. And hey, we're going to finish up and let's move on. Let's get this day started and get it cranked up. Everybody can unmute and say thank you to Coach Rob. And let's have an awesome day.
Appreciate it, sir. Appreciate it.
Who we are. We are.
Good job.
Awesome.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate
Awesome
you.
day.
Be good. Hey, make sure, hey, Jason, Ed,
Yes, sir.
make sure at the end of each month, you text me what the hierarchy did.
Bet.
At the end of each month, text me what the hierarchy did. I want to know what you did, base, first, and seconds, okay?
Gotcha.
The number is
Done.
280. Y'all got to be doing 280,000, all right? But y'all know the numbers, 50 base, 200 second, first, and 30. That's 280. The million is done. Peace out.
Done. Appreciate you. We got it. 280. Let's get it. All right, Coach. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Coach. Thank you.
Then.
Good week.